Good morning, my personal finance friends. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. So much to talk about in these debt lessons. He really hits a lot of important points. I hope you have been enjoying the videos. Um, the video you watched on Monday, he started out talking about how hard the debt lesson is to teach because so much of it goes against the current culture. So much of it, there's so many myths out there that people have bought into and things that they believe and things that they want to believe. Um, that it's very difficult to teach this lesson because we're swimming against the stream. We're fighting against the current. Um, and really, the goal of the lesson of this entire unit is to teach you that debt is dumb. And I try to drive that point home through the entire class. But really, this lesson is all about teaching you that debt is dumb. Um, I want to teach you that you don't need a car loan. The last four cars that we've bought, we paid cash for. You don't have to have a car loan. Um, and, we've put ourselves in a situation where we have a special account and we save up for cars, and when we have enough cash, then we buy a nice car. Not buying crap cars. We buy nice cars, but I don't borrow money to buy those cars. Um, I'm gonna tell you that you don't need a student loan. My daughter Leah is one semester away from graduating, and she has not borrowed a dime. Did she get some help from mom and dad? Yes, she got a little help from mom and dad, but most of it she has done on her own. Her freshman year she earned some scholarships, and she has worked two jobs at times. She has worked almost full time while she was going to school. Um, she's worked very, very hard. It's not easy to graduate college debt free, but it can be done. You don't have to go in debt. Um, so, that's the message that I want to drive home. You don't have to borrow money, and debt is dumb. Um, in the beginning of the video, they were interviewing some people just out on the street and asking them things like, how many credit cards do you have? And some people sign up for credit cards at stores all over the place. Ooh, I can save 10% today if I sign up for a credit card. Woo! I'm winning! And they just have, 10, 12 credit cards. Um, and then you get the ones that talk about, well, I couldn't have gone to my trip to Italy if it hadn't been for my credit card. And they spent $100,000 on a credit card to get a $2,000 trip. It's just dumb. But we as a culture have come to believe that we are winning financially by using a credit card, by getting the points. Points are so important. I got to get my points. Um, and it's amazing the way the marketing works. Oh, I think someone thought I was calling him over. This is Tucker. He came over to say hi when I was talking about the points. He likes. Can you see him down there? There he is. Yeah, he likes to lay his head on my lap. That's Tucker. He's my therapy dog. Anyway, we get all tied up in the points. Gotta have points. Gotta have points. Um, and people don't understand that when you use a credit card, you often spend 12% more. Uh, it's just too easy to swipe the credit card. There's no pain going off, so we end up spending more. Um, And what we've created with all of this spending and, oh, got to get my points on a credit card and all these myths that have built up is we have created a culture where 70% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, we are in a terrible, horrible situation right now with the coronavirus, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. Uh, and the ones that are living paycheck to paycheck are in serious trouble. Um, we'll see how this all plays out. Uh, I heard from someone today that tried all day long to call the unemployment office to get signed up for unemployment, and they couldn't get through. They tried 250 times. They said, according to their phone, um, and they can't get through, and they're gonna struggle because they can't get signed up for unemployment, so they're not going to have any money coming in. And then we have our stupid politicians that are trying to pass a stimulus package, but they can't because both sides keep trying to hide things in the bill that both sides are like, well, I can't vote for that. And it's just dumb. If you want to pass a stimulus package, pass something that will help the people. Corporations don't need to get bailed out right now. People need to get bailed out. The corporations might need to get bailed out if the people don't get bailed out because people won't be spending money. Everyone's going to be broke and homeless because they're going to get foreclosed in their house. So, you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. You don't want to have debt. It's just, and people are going to learn that the hard way very quickly here. Um, and debt is marketed like crazy. Uh, they are phenomenal marketers in the credit card industry. Um, and if you market something well enough, people will believe anything. I mean, good lord, there's people out there that believe the Earth is flat. And come on, how? Where do these people come from? There are people will believe anything if if it's marketed well enough. And credit cards are marketed extremely well. Debt is marketed extremely well, which is why we have all these myths. And, if you tell a lie often enough and loud enough, eventually it'll become truth. Um, if I kept pointing south and saying that's north, and whether people had a compass or not, and saying, well, no, that aren't you? Doesn't the other way north? No, that's north. And if every day I came in the classroom and I said, that's north, that's north, eventually I would get the majority of the class by the end of the semester to believe that I was pointing north. And even someone with a compass that points and says, no, the other way is north. They would say, no, your compass is wrong, your compass is broken. They don't even believe the science. And that's where we've gone with debt. People don't even believe when people try to speak truth to them. If you decide, I am not going to borrow money, it requires a complete paradigm shift, which means a paradigm shift means a completely different way of thinking. You are going counterculture if you are going to live a debt-free life. And people will tell you you're nuts. Believe me, I get told it all the time. People are like, you're stupid. Why would you pay cash for that? Why wouldn't you sign up for the free money? Why wouldn't? And I just shake my head because I know I'm right. I've seen both sides of that coin. I've lived that life. I've lived the paycheck to paycheck and borrowing and signing up for the 90 days same as cash and the 1 year, no interest, no payments. I've done all that stuff because it was smart. That's what everyone does. It's not smart, it's dumb. And I lived a horrible financial life. Now I live very comfortably and I smile much more and I'm much more relaxed because I don't have the money problems hanging over my head. Um, in the video, he talked about there was a time when people thought debt was a sin. Um, and people just didn't do it. In fact, some of the biggest lenders out there had policies in their companies where they didn't lend to people because borrowing was bad. And now we're to a point where last year over 6 billion credit card offers went out. 6 billion credit card offers. It just blows my mind how they market uh, debt and credit cards, and they are really, really good at it. Um, it has gotten to a point that banks are so good at selling their product that we believe debt is a privilege, not a product. Ooh, they picked me. Look at my credit score. Yay, they picked me. I get picked. They really, people get super excited. And it's like, oh, look at me. I have a credit score of this. Only because you borrow money. Um, I really liked when the guy was talking about, and it wasn't Dave Ramsey, it was John Acuff, and he was talking about how debt has become the shiny thing. And he says, who likes shiny things? Cats. And he talks about the laser pointer and the cat's chasing the laser pointer. And then he follows that up with, can you make better decisions than cats? It's funny, but it's powerful too. Can you make a better decision than a cat? Um, so we'll see as you grow older, and pay attention to what's happening right now, folks. Pay attention to how stressed people are over money and the way things are looking. We're, like I said, we're in a horrible situation right now. I had been telling you we were due for a recession, we were due for the economy to slow down. I certainly wasn't predicting this doomsday scenario where uh, people were being told they had to stay home. Um, this is crazy. But I knew something bad was coming. It always does. The economy is cyclical. Um, could I have predicted this bad? No, I thought our economy was a house of cards and it was going to tumble. Um, but yeah, no, I wasn't talking like this. But with that said, pay attention. Watch how people are stressing over their finances. And there will be a lot of home foreclosures. Um, and the federal government has suspended all evictions and foreclosures for 60 days, I believe. Um, but boy, let me tell you, when that 60 days is up, the lenders and the landlords are going to be filing eviction notices and foreclosures like crazy. Because if they can't get their money, they're going to have to, move people out. So just watch. Debt is dumb. Cash is king. That's the way to live. Today's video is going to talk more about how debt and credit cards are marketed. And it's going to talk some more about a lot of the myths that are out there. And the things people say when they start begging for their credit cards. Their marketing is phenomenal. So hope you guys are doing well. Tomorrow I will have an assignment for you, so watch for that on Power School. And for today, hope you guys have a great day. It's a terrific Tuesday. Wash those hands. Stay home as much as possible, except for those essential things. And practice your social distancing. Take care, guys. Remember, you are loved.